Exercise 5, the last exercise in this series. Shopping Annuity Weekly Monthly Projection Worksheet. This now is going to summarize all the data that you inputted in the previous 4 exercises, and it allows you to take your existing organization, the amount of volume and people, and shows you if you then took each person through the assessment and the shopping annuity presentation and started duplicating the shopping annuity by converting what is spent over to earning, how much actual commissions you could be generating in your business. So let me take you through this example step by step, because a lot of people misunderstand how to fill out this information, or they're not sure what they should input and what's automatic. So the first place I like people to start is taking your sales volume report, and you can identify over a 4-week period how much volume shows up on your left side of your organization and your right for both BV and IBV, and that's when you're going to insert here. So you're going to insert how much volume in BV comes on your left and how much IBV comes up on your left on a monthly basis. And the same thing with your right side, how much volume ends up coming up every 4 weeks in BV and IBV. Now, these two areas, this is for your 002. We all have an 002 on our left and an 003 on our right. So if you haven't activated those, meaning you're only working with your 2 people, just make sure whatever is on the left side of your business on your 1 is also the left side of your 2. And you can see how this is the same here. And anything that's on the right side of your 1 is also the right side of your 3. So it's pretty much the same. And in this exercise, I'm assuming that this person does not have the inside of the left of the right of the 2 and the inside left of the 3 open, meaning we're just driving down 2 people in depth. Then what you're going to do is identify how many active people you have on the left and right side of your business. We're going to do the same thing. So how many people do you have on your left? I put 20 for this example. How many do you have on your right? And then we're going to do the same thing, that the left of my 1 is also the left of my 2. So I put the same number. And then the right of my 1 is also the right of my 3. Now, if you make an error and you put in the wrong number that doesn't make sense, the system is going to turn it red, meaning that it doesn't make sense if you have 30 people on the right of your 1 and 31 on the right of your left. It should be identical. So you need to go and insert the right number. So if you feel that you have errors occur, just go back because there was an error made and they want to make sure your numbers are accurate. All right? The next area you're going to go to is a completed assessments. How many people in your organization that you've identified have gone through the presentation and also have taken the assessment themselves? You're going to put in how many of those you know you've gone through, and then your projected is how many would you like to project? How many do you want to take through the presentation and assessment within your organization? And for most people, I believe any active person absolutely should go through the assessment. All right? The other 2 boxes above are already pre-selected. The blue box with the BV and IBV are what is designed for the statistical average of what people could produce in forms of BV and IBV by what they make and transferring over to online shopping and buying their exclusive branded products. So we're going to leave that alone. Below that is what your numbers have indicated that you could do on a potential monthly basis that may be different from the average that you see above. So you'll see where you fall in your averages from the 500 BV to the 200 IBV. And in this scenario, with taking in all of the MA branded products they selected, the annualized spending and the monthly spending, we've identified a lot more volume that could be produced. So you may be at a place where you can do above what the statistical average is. So we're going to leave those alone. Those are preset and pre-calculated from all the assessments that you've taken before. And the last thing you're going to want to do is go to the bottom tab where it says Exercise 5 Projections. You're going to click on that tab, and it's going to show you your business today and where it could be implementing the shopping annuity. So you see that currently this person, or wherever your numbers are, this current example, the person only earns a $300 check every single month with an active organization of 20 people on the left and 30 people on the right. meaning that this person's volume coming up has a lot of people not converting over their income that is already being spent, and it's not producing the volume because we're not tracking it, they're not switching over brands, and they're not buying through their shop.com site. Now, the next is the projected. If people actually went through the presentation and assessment and began implementing, turning that money into volume and into earnings, that same organization would now produce a monthly check of at least $300, and every single month would produce on average $2,700 instead of the mere $300 that it was doing. Now, this doesn't take an additional customer. This is not adding on a customer base. This is just identifying the money that could be moved through the business that may not have been moved up to this point, but with the shopping annuity, how much it could actually generate. And below shows your projections over a 1, 3, 5, and 10 years. If you just kept that same organization in place, what it would produce every 1, 3, 5, 10 years. And what I like to point out is most businesses are going to increase in size. They're going to expand distribution. So that's not even factoring in the expansion. That's just assuming the same organization remains in place over that time period. And I think you would agree that this business is designed for duplication and expansion, and the numbers could be even larger than what you see here on the projections.